Well, this is a new one. I just woke up. The fire is completely out because the fan's not even spinning. And it is 10 degrees Celsius outside and 19 in here. I probably won't need a fire today. I don't know what's going on with the weather, but it's interesting. Still in the month of February, by the way, so yeah, not sure. I'm glad it's warm out today. Yeah, I just drove home from the gas station, 20 or 30 minutes with all the windows down because I don't have a truck anymore, you guys. I gotta put the jerry cans in the back of the car. And for some reason, I don't know, they can never seem to get a good enough seal because all I smelled was fuel the whole time driving back. Had to get some gas for the generator, some diesel for the diesel heater. Some days I miss my truck. I am enjoying the affordable mileage though, I gotta say, but yeah. I don't know, I might have to gear something up because I don't want to do that all the time. Smell the gas. Feeling a little funny. Let's get you out of here, Stinky. Yeah, Blue Crasher, I think I'll leave you air out for a little while because, wow. Yeah, it might not look like the easiest setup, but this is how I refuel the diesel heater. Got my little siphon hose here. It's actually a lot less work than taking the diesel heater out of this housing and filling it up that way. You can see one end in there, other end in there. Alright, that's close enough to the top with filling it. So I am going to remove this. Here we go. I don't want it spilling over. Hopefully it didn't. Nope. Spill a little diesel along the way because, it just happens. But yeah, these little siphon hoses are great. They just have like a little ball on the end in here. You give it a couple shakes and it sucks the fluids right up through and out the other end. If you've been around for a while, you know that I use the same thing to fill the generator with gas because I don't want to pull that thing out every time I want to put gas in it either. So there we go, full tank in the diesel heater. Time to put this back on. Back in the shed you go. Yeah, so the solar light I moved the other day, this one here, has not come on yet at night. I'm not sure if I've ended up with a dud or what, but hasn't worked yet. Little moist out here today. I know everybody loves that word, but how else do you describe it? It's not rainy. It's kind of wet out here. And it's a little bit windy, but man, it is 10 degrees. I'm loving this. But Friday we're getting a blizzard, so welcome to Nova Scotia. Time to do a little sniff test on Blue Crasher. Yeah, still kind of smells like gas. So here, if you can see, is the perfect example of why the diesel heater is so great. So currently we're sitting at 10 degrees Celsius, that is. I'm leaving for the night, so the reason I'm telling you this is because I planned to get a fire going and just set the diesel heater to come on at a certain time. Yeah, and then, oh, there we go. See, it's going to get down to, let me keep going here, -8 by 8 a.m. So I'll probably have to let the diesel heater run all night when I'm gone, but that's why this thing is perfect. I can set it to come on around midnight. Then when I get home sometime tomorrow, I can shut it off and get a fire going. So yeah, the diesel heater is definitely nice to have for times like this, you know, when you plan on leaving for the night. And today it's just so warm. It's plus 10 degrees still outside. So if I got a fire going now, it would probably get damn near 30 degrees in here, which is kind of warm if no one's going to be here. So it's nice just to look at the weather, you know, see when it's going to drop down to the freezing mark. Set your diesel heater to come on before then, and yeah, it'll keep it nice and toasty in here all night. No one will be here, but it'll be nice for when I get back tomorrow and I can get a fire going. I just don't want my stuff freezing in here. I don't want my water jugs freezing. I don't want the cooking oils freezing. It's just not pleasant when you come home and it's freezing cold. So I'm just gonna let the diesel heater run on low all night, just to kind of keep the chill off and keep my stuff from freezing. And yeah, that'll be nice. Definitely still really glad that I made that purchase. I haven't actually used the diesel heater for a few weeks now. So at least tonight I'll get some use out of it. I did just fill the tank, so it's good to go for the night. I still haven't tested it out. I haven't attempted to run it for X amount of hours to see how long I could get on one tank of diesel fuel. But I might try that sometime just as an experiment. I just haven't had to do it really. I guess tonight could be kind of a good experiment because I'll set it to come on around 11 or 12 tonight. And I'll be back tomorrow, probably in another 12 hours. I'll be back around lunchtime, maybe a little later. So I'll be able to see how much diesel fuel it sipped for at least 12 hours, but probably more. I really don't think it's going to go through a full tank in that period of time, but we'll see. I mean, you never know, I guess. It's the next day. It's 1:30 p.m. right now. I just walked into the camper. Well, actually, the first thing I noticed is that the diesel heater was not running after I put it on the timer yesterday. And, let me see. Oh, that could be the problem. That's the problem. Okay, so it's 15 degrees Celsius in here, 1 degree Celsius outside. And it might be hard to see because of the light, but it says E08, which is an error code. Yeah, I've had that error code before, and that actually pops up when the fuel is too low. So I have no idea when the diesel heater shut off, but it must have been recently if it's still 15 degrees in here. And it was set to like 17 degrees Celsius. So it must have just shut off very recently, like I would say probably within the last hour, if it's only 2 degrees cooler in here than what I had it set to. But that tells me that a full tank of diesel fuel on the diesel heater does not run a full 24 hours. So I really don't know how long it lasts. I set the timer to come on last night around 10 p.m. Yeah, it's 1:30 right now, and if it you know, shut off within the last hour because the fuel was too low. Let's just assume I maybe got 14 hours on that tank of fuel. The tank holds 5 liters. I might have to do the conversion to gallons because I'm not sure. But yeah, so it didn't even last 15 hours just running straight. Keep in mind, I think early this morning it was down to -8 degrees Celsius, and there is a wind chill, so it was a lot colder, and it was trying to keep up with the temperature, keep up with the 17 degrees Celsius temperature. But yeah, just an FYI, I finally, you know, tried to see how long that tank would last, and it does not last 15 hours, so they could use a bigger tank probably. And I'm sure you could gear something up so that you'd have a larger tank, but yeah, just an FYI, I guess. Well, time to get this beast rolling again. Anyway, hope that information helps somebody out. You know, if you're running one of these in cold weather, you're probably, like I said, looking at having to refill the tank twice a day. Yeah, I don't know what the cost of diesel is like everywhere else in the world, but just here it's going up just like gas is, so yeah, it could get a little costly, I would say. As far as the batteries go, I have no idea what kind of damage was done because right now the sun is shining and I've got 4.6 amps coming in and the batteries are looking good, 14.0 volts. I do want to mention as well that this little experiment was done with an all-in-one heater, diesel heater. So the tank is a 5-liter tank. The other diesel heaters that you can buy, some of them come with a 10-liter tank. So obviously it's going to be able to hold double the diesel fuel and it should last double the time. So these are the other style of diesel heater that I'm talking about here. You can see this, whoops, too far. This right here, this tank is a 10-liter tank, and the one that I have on the diesel heater out there is 5-liter. So obviously with one of these you're going to, yeah, your fuel is going to last longer, but I decided to go with the all-in-one heater. It just worked better for me, plus I'm not really using it a whole lot, so for me I'm okay with it lasting 14-15 hours before, you know, the fuel runs out. That's fine for me. But if you're wanting it to last longer, then obviously you might want to look into something like this. It's a bit of a smaller unit and it comes completely in pieces that you have to assemble, you know, kind of like IKEA. Anyway, hopefully you guys got something out of that little experiment with the diesel heater. Yeah, I've got to refill my tank right now, and then after that I've got to go bottle some wine that I've been holding off doing for probably 2 months. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Now if that solar light doesn't come on tonight, it is definitely a dud because that panel has been getting full sun for hours now.